Hey everybody, Shane Severson here, Legacy Realty. Just wanted to reach out with our May market update. I cannot even believe we are in mid-June already, but we are, here we are, and May numbers are out. So let's talk about the market, what's going on, if things are changing, and we'll jump right in. So good news for buyers, let's start there. Buyers many times feel like there's not much good news, but there has been some good news for months now, and if you are an active buyer, you're probably feeling that. One of the driving forces of our market is supply and demand. It determines if we are in a buyer's market or in a seller's market, and we've been in a seller's market for years and years, and still are, so don't get me wrong, we're still in a seller's market, but for buyers, our weeks of inventory has been 5 weeks last year and is now at 6 weeks of inventory this year. So it is coming up. What that does is that is driving more towards a buyer's market as we go. We're still very much a seller's market, but we're getting there, buyers. So hang on. Eventually we will be there. Markets always switch, always change. May take years, but we are getting there. The other thing we see, and that drives us into the days on market, when there's more homes on the market, the homes that are on the market sit longer because there's more supply, more homes to choose from. So we were at 29 days on the market average. Now we're at 36. So that is 1 week higher than we have been at in the past year. So what that does for buyers and why that's good news is if you are a buyer, there's more homes on the market, more to choose from, and they sit for longer. So that helps keep the prices lower for a seller when you have to sell and all of that, and they're sitting longer. Those sellers have more of a tendency to start dropping those prices. We're seeing that, and so buyers, that's great news. Prices are coming down a little, and I shouldn't say they're coming down, they're just not going up as fast as they had been, and there's more homes to choose from, and you have more time to let it register before you have to pull the trigger. So that's all good news for the buyers. We are getting there. New listings, now new listings are up 13%. That is huge from last year. So we have 13% more homes coming on the market. So that is absolutely massive numbers. And so all of those things are driving towards pushing the market, slowing it down a little bit. So that's all good news for buyers. Now don't despair, sellers. We are still very much in a seller's market and will be for some time. I talk about that, and I don't think anything has really changed. I think we are still on track for that. A couple things that show a strong market, that we're still moving, people are still buying, still selling. A couple of those things, our home sales are up 2%, so we see more sales going. That's great news, shows activity. As I said, our new listings are up 13%, so you can tell people are still selling and those homes are still selling, so there's still buyers out there, so that's a very strong market. And our under contracts, the number of buyers coming and putting houses under contract, we're up 10%, so it shows you there's still lots and lots of buyers. I'll tell you, the whole millennial generation and a lot of those buyers, the younger generations, they are getting to the age where they'll start having kids, get professional jobs, getting out of college. They are going to start buying, so we'll see that next trend of buyers start really climbing, and that's great news for everybody in the Denver market, so that's awesome. One other thing that I want to point out for our numbers is our average price is climbing. Now here's the deal, I've been talking about, we've been sitting the last couple months at about 1%, and I've shared that I have expected that number to climb. Well, it is starting to climb, and that number now is at 3%. So from this month last year to now in May, we have climbed 3%. So we're starting to see that come back up. I projected that that will still climb and eventually hit that 4 or 5 mark. And again, I don't have a crystal ball, but that is the projections of what we're guessing, what I'm guessing. We'll see 4 or 5. So I'm still expecting those numbers to climb up a little bit more. Our average price of a home last year was $489,300. 394. So right at about 490,000. And this in this May in 2019, our average sold price is 503,337. So just over 503,000. So that's up 3%. Now, I was thinking about this as I was looking at these numbers, and I see a lot of agents out there that do these kind of market updates. I see a lot of agents that are talking about markets and they're going way up or they're barely going up or whatever. And here is something very, very important for you that are listening to understand. All of these stats can be a little different, and it depends on which counties you're pulling. It depends on what area. If you're pulling just Denver County as opposed to maybe Jefferson County, those are going to look very, very different. So give your agent or give some of us a little bit of space and leeway in the fact that everybody's pulling a little bit different information. Most of the agents do their trends and all of that. They do that off of the RE Colorado stats that come out. And just so you know, that's pretty much all of Metro Denver. So some agents pull out a pocket of those counties that are spread out a little bit that drive the numbers either up or down. I just go strictly off the RE Colorado numbers so that we stay consistent with everything and we stay consistent every month. So what that entails is Adams County, Arapahoe County, Boulder County, Broomfield, Clear Creek, Denver, Douglas County, Elbert County, Gilpin, Jefferson, and Park County. So that's a pretty broad area. So if those numbers, average price seems a little low, we're hitting some of the mountains, we're hitting some of the outskirts areas, and that is why those numbers may be a little lower than maybe what you're hearing in other areas. Last thing I want to say is we are expecting the market to continue. I'm expecting another couple years. Why would you say that, Shane? It's slowing down. We're expecting it to really level out. Well, here is what you look at if you check with the economy, if you check the economists that are tracking the markets and everything else. Rates are really low. They're expected to stay fairly low. We have 50,000 people still moving into town. We know that. So those people are still moving into town. Denver is still a hot place to live. And as they come in, supply and demand gets driven out and prices climb. So we're still expecting that. If you look at our economy as a whole, it is extremely strong. Now, I know a lot of people go political with this, and this is not a political thing, so this is just the facts. We have more jobs right now, job openings, than we have people applying for those jobs, which means we have so many jobs. The economy is strong and will continue for some times. And so we still see things growing. We know Denver, with companies moving in, people moving in, we know Denver is going to stay strong, and I think we see it in all the numbers that are happening. There's still tons of buyers, there's still tons of sellers, and transactions are still taking place. So hope that helps you. We are going strong, and we're expecting it for at least probably another couple of years. So hope that helps. Hope you're getting good information from this. If you are, share the video, like the video, shoot a comment, shoot some questions. I would love to answer those, and we'll catch up in June. God bless you guys. We'll see you real soon.